Dr. Sharon Schutz, and I'm here with Kristen Raiford, who is our district clerk. She's running for re-election. She's been in office for 7 years, and we're going to hear from her and find out all the cool things that she does and all the neat things that she's planning on doing. Kristen, thank you so much for coming in this morning and sitting down with me.
Yes, ma'am.
But let's talk about district clerk and what the district clerk job consists of, because we have a county clerk, and Shasta does an amazing job as a county clerk, but you know, we're not, I know I was called to jury duty twice this year. This last year I went, and it was an adventure. I will tell you that I enjoyed. I just enjoy getting out and getting with people. But anyway, so you do. You send out jury duty summons, and you do all kinds of things, don't you?
Yes, we do a lot. I send out jury summons for the whole county, for my office, the county clerk, and all of the JPs. Jury trials, they can be a really big deal. It's a lot of work, and you know, not everybody likes coming to jury duty. It's not the most fun thing, but it's so vital, and we really appreciate our jurors.
Yeah. I was talking to Judge Kitchens about the juries, and I know that a lot of times, I mean, you got to have a jury to be able to accomplish something and get the jails taken care of and get some of that taken care of. And so we appreciate what you guys do. You guys do an amazing job.
Thank you.
Tell me about your family.
Oh, John and I have 4 beautiful children. Victoria is 19. We have our 11-year-old son, Dylan. And then we have very busy 6-year-old twins, Mason and Walter, who keep us on our toes all the time.
Oh, wow. Your twins are your last ones. Well, at least you got older ones to help you.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
I can imagine having twins as the last ones.
Yes. And my first grandchild is due the first week of April, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, there's nothing sweeter than that first one.
Yes.
When mine was born, my grandson, I found myself, and I'm not a baby squeezer person. I'm like, I can hold somebody's baby, and I'll hold them a minute and say, here you go.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I enjoy it, but just short term.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget, I had a picture of my grandson. It was a photograph. I had put it in a frame on the top of the television when he was 2 weeks old. And I didn't realize I was doing this, but I would walk by the television, and every time I'd walk by, I'd pick up that picture and kiss it and put it back down. And I'm like, what am I doing? But that first one, there's just nothing like it.
Yes.
We've been pastors most of our lives, and we always thought we knew what it would be like. But when they started coming, there's no way to describe it until you get it.
I'm very excited.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you feel like you've accomplished in the last 7 years in office?
Well, I feel like I've accomplished a lot of digitization. When I came into office, everything was on paper still. You know, there was some microfilm, which was very expensive to do, and now we scan everything. Literally everything that comes into office, it's scanned. If you bring it in, it's scanned before you leave the office. So digitizing pretty much everything has been a big deal. That's pretty much what I'm very proud of that.
Awesome. So when something comes in, it's scanned. And I heard you say something the other night about that y'all, is it stored off of premises?
It's stored, first we upload it to our software, and then after it's uploaded to the software every afternoon at 5 o'clock, our server backs up to a cloud. So that means if for something, you know, a natural disaster was to happen, all those documents will still be safe.
Excellent. Yeah, I back everything up. I know how important that is. And when you're into digital, some people, you know, even people who are my age or even older, a lot of us are familiar with computers, been around computers all our lives, but there's a lot of people that have no idea what digitalizing is all about.
Yes.
And that's very important, especially in today's world.
It is.
If you don't have that, if you don't think that way, if your bank is not providing these services, if your community is not providing these services, you're left behind.
Right.
And it's good that you guys have done that. Tell me what a pen pack is.
So a pen packet is a set of paperwork for when somebody is committed to go to TDCJ. So a pen packet is not done by my office. It's done by a coordinated effort, I believe, between the district attorney's office and the sheriff's department My role in this is doing a commitment, which is just one sheet of paper that takes me about 15 seconds. So as far as the pin packets are concerned, I have no role in that other than the commitment, which is a very quick process. So, that's something that's not on me. And I believe that the ladies at the Sheriff's Department and the DA's office do an amazing job. So, that's something that I don't do, but I believe they do a great job.
Well, I was told that even whoever does them, it doesn't have to be done in a very, very quick, short time,
No.
because TDC sometimes doesn't get anything done for several weeks anyway.
Right, but they have to wait
So-
for TDC to come and,
Yeah.
pick people up and decide when they're going to do intake. That's not on our end at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've never heard of a pen pack,
Yes.
and I asked a couple of people, what is that?
Yes.
How about let's see, jury summons. We talked about
Yes.
jury.
Yes.
You do jury summons. And
Yes.
I've received a couple of, one
Yes.
from you. Do you do the JPs also?
Yes.
Okay, so then I've got two from you.
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
I went one. Well, I went
Yes.
to both, and I wound up on the jury
Yes.
with one, and then I
Yes.
wasn't picked. So,
Yes.
I mean, tell me how that process and what you guys do.
So most of the juries that we send out are through district court, and it's usually felony cases. There's a coordinated effort between myself, the district attorney, and the presiding judge on when and if we're going to send jury summons out. Now, this is something that a lot of people don't realize. Those jury summons cards cost almost $1 a piece. Then we have to add postage. So if we send out a jury that's for sure going to be canceled, we're losing a lot of taxpayer money. Now, as far as when they're sent out, we make a decision when to send them out. It's not just my decision. It's the judge and the DA, and also the defense attorney. So I have to wait until everybody is ready, and 14 days is my limit for my office. After 14 days before, I don't like to send them out because it doesn't give people enough time. Now, with our postal service, sometimes I understand they go late, and I always apologize about that, but that's not, directly my decision.
Yeah. Okay, so when I get another jury summons, I will know that
Yes.
you spend probably $1 or more on it.
Oh,
and,
yeah, and a lot of time. There's
Yeah.
a ton of time goes into those, and and they're really expensive to send out. So we
Yeah.
don't want to send them out too early and then waste taxpayer money.
Right. Well, I know whenever I've received one, it's come out, in weeks ahead of time, and I had plenty of
Yeah.
time to know about it. And I have one more thing I want to ask about,
Yes,
and that's tax suits.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is that?
Okay, so tax suits is delinquent tax suits. And basically what this is when you own property in Trinity County, if you don't pay your taxes, after a certain amount of time, there will be a lawsuit filed against you. This comes from what we call Purdue, which is our lawsuit. So Purdue is our lawsuit company for tax suits. And basically the way it works is something goes from our tax office, our appraisal district, to Purdue, and then they file those cases to me. And we accept them through e-file. Anything they send, we accept. So as far as anything being behind or anything like that, we don't have any control over how the tax suits are filed. Now, I did reach out to the appraisal district a while back and asked them if they had any more that they needed to file, and that's, again, on Purdue. So I'm not aware of anything being behind, not on my end especially, but any other place either. So I think that's maybe some miscommunication somewhere.
Yeah. So I'm understanding then that your office is basically on target where it's
Yes.
supposed to be,
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
not late on stuff. And
No,
whatever.
we're not late on anything. And when something is filed, when tax suits are filed from Purdue, it comes through our electronic filing system, and they're usually accepted within about 30 minutes. So,
Yeah.
we get sometimes 30 or 40 cases at a time, which takes a huge amount of time to process, but as far as them being accepted and processed, they're done, within the first day, within 24 hours. So there's no backlog there.
Good.
Yes.
Good. And one more question.
Yes.
I asked what you feel like you've accomplished.
Yes.
What do you want to accomplish?
Well, I want to completely finish digitizing everything in my office. So that means going back with the old records, the minute books, the things that may be on microfilm but aren't actually digitized. So that's a big deal to me. I want to get everything to where nobody has to pull a book out or a file out. I want to finish everything, all the old files, everything back from 1800, and get it digitized to make sure people have it available easily.
And when it's digitized, then somebody can go in and do a search.
Yes.
And the search then put in the date, the information that they're looking for, and it should be able to pull it up once it's all done, all the way back.
Yes, and it will be online.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
That is so
Thank
awesome.
you.
I'd love to see you
Thank
finish
you.
that.
Thank you. Yes, I'd like to finish it.
Yeah.
I would like to finish it.
Well, before we leave, I want you to turn around and look in the camera. Tell your constituents what you can do for them and what you know. You've been in 7 years.
Yes.
What you know you can accomplish in the next term.
Yes, ma'am. So I have been in office for 7 years and 2 months at this point. I've worked for the county for somewhere between 11 and 12 years. But I know my job very well, and there's a lot to be said about knowing your job without asking questions. Things like jury trials, I have to know what I'm doing without thinking twice about it. So having somebody in office that knows what they're doing, that can answer your questions, and just be there for you if you have a question is a big deal. So, and I really need my job. I love my job, and I would like to keep my job. I think I've done really well in office. I mean, I'm not perfect, never claimed to be perfect. And I'm sure after 7 years, there's probably areas I could improve. However, I work very hard, and I would like to keep my job, so I hope in March you will come out and give me your vote.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming in today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.